Welcome to Copeland. I'm Dan. Can you buy a property without actually looking at it first? Sight unseen. How risky is it? In my opinion, it's incredibly risky. The only reason you would want to do that is if you were okay with absolutely everything that can go wrong going wrong. And there's a lot of things that can go wrong when deciding to buy a piece of property. For example, this property next to me, it's for sale. The person who was looking at it came over to me and he actually thought my property was included in that lot. And I assured him it wasn't. But that totally changed the perspective because Zillow is not very good at having raw property with no address on their little map. They're very bad at it. And the photos of a property, especially if it's been listed for a couple years, are probably very outdated. Things grow very quickly. Trees grow very quickly in 5 years. Roads wash away in 5 years. The roads to that lot has 3 or 4 foot ruts that are just incredibly deep and it's going to cost $20,000, $30,000 in order to clean those up and get access to the buildable part of the property. You could have a road that was completely just a river and you'd need to build a bridge or buy a boat in order to cross it. That could be a big issue. Your neighbors, you could have neighbors with a chicken yard or a pig farm 2 houses down that in the middle of the summer, that waft just comes over and makes your life miserable. Or they could have a kennel of 30 dogs, and twice a day when they get fed, those dogs just go crazy, barking and just driving you nuts, or they get loose and they kill all your chickens. You could have a cell tower right next to you that you didn't see in the photos. You could have utility lines right through your property, or an oil pipeline right through your property. You could have a graveyard that you didn't know was there. Maybe it's an Indian burial site and you can't build on it and you didn't know. Or a dilapidated structure right on where you want to put a house that needs to be bulldozed and cleared and disposed of. The whole property could be in standing water and it could be a flood zone. And insurance is crazy expensive in order to build there, if they let you build there at all. You could have no water. There could be no underground water to put a well. We almost ran into that with this property where we had a very difficult time finding a spot to put a well. We actually found a great one with a nice recharge rate and a good flow, but we got very lucky. Not every property is going to get that lucky, or it could be very expensive to get that well site up to the house. Same thing with septic. You might have to pump up. There could be all sorts of complications. There are a million things that could go wrong, especially when it comes to neighbors. You could be looking at a house that is just an eyesore and you're just staring right at it. Or you could have neighbors who are the most annoying neighbors in the world, and they just play loud music till 4 o'clock in the morning and that's all you hear. So many things that could go absolutely wrong without actually seeing the property yourself. So I wouldn't recommend it. In very, very rare circumstances it works out, but if you're planning on homesteading or building a life there, you want something that's going to allow you to make a fresh start. And spending $30,000-$40,000 in order to get to the starting line will suck the fun right out of your homesteading journey. So no, I wouldn't recommend buying a property without seeing it. Too many things that could go wrong, too much risk. In today's world of technology, it should be easier to get a realtor to do a Zoom call with you and walk around with a great camera and show you the property virtually. That's got to be a lot better than just blindly making an offer on it. So think about different creative ways where you can go and get more photography. Make sure the realtor has a drone or can find someone with a drone to fly over and take aerial photos. Make sure you've got confirmation that the property lines are correct and it's right where you think it is. But it's really important to have that realtor drive out there and just assess what the neighborhood is like. Make sure that the road out there is good. It's where you think it's going to be. That is really important. I'm posting videos on homesteading, off-gridding, and buying property on 2ac3.com/Copeland. Come check us out.